It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Texans and the reigning NFC champs under the lights on Thursday night.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a compelling matchup here, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Detroit Lions. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts, and a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
this is what this man was born for, the big spotlight on the national stage like this. Really, his entire career, he's demonstrated incredible poise, no matter what type of situation his team was in. No situation is too big for him, and you can tell in the way that he takes the field. His self-belief is evident, and he gets the job done in his mind each and every time.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Off the play fake. Hoover. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Norris. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Now 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down, it's Norris. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Looking to throw. Hoover. And incomplete on the deep ball.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes, or are we starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Stroud here on 3rd and long. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. 79 yards. And the Texans have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out. Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
3rd and 2. Up the middle they go. Norris. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Dunlap. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Hoover. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10. Off play action. Hoover. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. On first down, Hoover. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, That's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run, and of course, get to the quarterback.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Up the middle they go. Dunlap. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. Well, a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
And this one is right down the middle. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. He might be being set up here for a busy ball game already. 2 kicks here in the first quarter, and he's knocked both through the posts.
And for now, you know they'll be happy getting those 3 points, but what they really want is to find a way for him to kick extra points instead of field goals.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. Stroud now on 1st and 10. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Stroud. Caught left side. Here's Dell. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Stroud. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And Detroit getting set to go now. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down. They'll try the left side. Dunlap. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They'll try the left side. It's Norris. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. On 1st down, here's Stroud. Throw left side complete. That's Hines.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Texans football to start quarter 2, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. And now here's a carry heading left. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance.
There he goes, left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along, and hope someone would come free.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. That's about as good as a linebacker can diagnose that play, isn't it?
It certainly is, and what he did really well is that while he was diagnosing, he got his feet in motion without actually going anywhere and taking a false step that he had to make up later. He read it, got his feet in motion, and then he just took off and made the play.
Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Here's Stroud. Out quickly to Hines. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job.
Stroud is hit, and the ball is loose. And he will at least be able to fall on it himself, but it was 4th down, and the possession changes. They wanted to throw for it. A surprise does not work on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. Detroit's offense ready to take over. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So a great challenge defensively. The officials confirming the knee was not down. And that now, this is taken in. It's complete. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Field position from inside the 10. Here's 1st down on the other side. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Norris. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. On second down now. Dunlap, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
It's now 3rd and 10.
Looking to throw. Hoover. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The fullback dive held up short, and this Texans defense stands tall. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Got his man, Dell. 7 yards there and a 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Stroud to throw it. And his throw here is incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
Stroud looking to throw. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down.
Has been a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this is going to remain a 1-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And Detroit getting set to go now. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
The tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, it's Norris. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Up the middle they go. Dunlap. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Dunlap. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Hoover. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Stroud throws the out route, and he's got it complete to Hines. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Stroud finds Hines again for the completion. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Stroud will look to throw once more. And it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 1st and 10, it's Stroud. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Stroud sets up the play action. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37. Final play of the half. Stroud. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. A dump off for Mason. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 41-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On 1st and 10, Dillon. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Back to throw. Dillon. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Dillon. And this is going to be incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Able to slither by. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll run it here with Logan. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. That is caught. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
On play action, Lance. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their...
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
Houston set to take over. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. A handoff to start the drive to Mason. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Operating from the gun. Dillon. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down. Dillon. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now, standing just about on his own goal line. Fielded at the 33. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. So here come the Lions now. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Norris, and he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point. Now 3rd down and 7. Working from the gun, Lance. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off of play action, here's Lance. This will be caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. 38 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Martinez. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken it around the 40. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And they will take over 1st and 10. Detroit's offense ready to take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now a play fake. Lance. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarter
down, but this one is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 62 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Now, he's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. If you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes, he just takes off and goes. And I think that's what we just saw there.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Dillon over the middle, complete. That's Howard. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw on 3rd down. Dillon. He's got Mason, complete. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's the 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6.
And Lance going to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Now a give right side. Monk. And some room to work. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. To throw, it's Lance. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Lions on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And now out comes a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Dillon. A quick throw there is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing again. Dillon. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On 3rd down, Dillon. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And here's Ryan Wright now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Gets past one man. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Play action, now it's Lance. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They run with Logan. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Well, the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Throwing on 1st down. Dillon. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Dillon. Able to find the open man. That's complete. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 76 yards. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Another shot now for this Lions offense. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing now is Lance. Over the middle, it's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll try the left side. Norris. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. On the carry, it's Logan. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here, they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101? Check that box.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On 1st down, Dillon. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Baker. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Off the play fake, Dillon. His throw incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16. And now they're in the hurry-up. They go play action here on 1st down. This is caught. Touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Texans get a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Now for the point after. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Logan. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. On third down, it's Norris. And he will have a Lions first down, and that's the one that should seal a victory. And they will take a knee here. Down to a knee goes Lance, and that should just about do it. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.